Hello. Okay, so this video is going to be about me taking the political compass test. So I'm just going to explain the reason behind why I choose the answers, and then we're going to discover what my political compass is, I guess. So if you want to answer the test yourself, you can just Google it. Just type in political compass test. So let's get started. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so the first part of the test is about how I see the country and the world. Okay, so the first thing is, if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of transnational corporations. Well, I don't think that corporations can afford to not put profit as their first priority, so I have to kind of disagree with this. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. Strongly disagree. Okay, no one chooses his or her country at birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Okay, I strongly disagree with this one. There's nothing wrong about being proud of your country. If your country is able to produce decent individuals, then it's fine. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races, so this one is strongly disagree. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. No, the enemy of my enemy is currently my ally, or a potential ally. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. I agree, because sometimes international law is against military actions that is justified. And then we have, there is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Yeah, I strongly agree with this one. Next page. Okay, the economy, attitudes. Okay, people are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. I strongly agree with this one. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Oh, no. The masses need something to distract them. Next, because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. To protect the environment, they require regulation. Yeah, some would agree. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. I agree. Okay, it's a sad reflection of a society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. Okay, so there's nothing stopping you from collecting rainbow water, which is drinking water. But if drinking water is bottled and branded with all those logos, and it requires transportation, it requires some form of distribution, then there's a cost behind it. So I can see why it has charges. Okay, so this one I have to say strongly disagree. It's not a sad reflection. I mean, it's you're paying for the product and also the service. Okay, and then we have, land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Land is a limited resources, so they have to be managed in some way. I have to say disagree. Okay, it is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Well, I have to disagree with this statement, because we don't know how many personal fortunes are actually acquired by this method. Okay, next, protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I strongly disagree with this one. If your company needs protectionism, then you can't survive on your own, then you don't deserve to exist. Okay, next, the only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. Social responsibility. Well, you know, by the end of the day, yeah, the rich are too highly taxed. I disagree with this one. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Okay, I strongly disagree with this one. Okay, governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Okay. Okay, I am against big governments regulating businesses, but I'm actually quite curious how the governments can determine whether the public has been misled or not, because then there's always the opportunity that big businesses can just lobby government officials to penalize their competitors by saying that their competitors are actually misleading the public. So this one I have to say strongly disagree. I think the public should educate themselves whether the information given by the companies or any forms of businesses are misleading, if it's inaccurate. I mean, we can't have the public just depending everything on the government to verify the truth for them. Who the hell trusts the government? Okay, a genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create. Yes, agree. The freer the market, the freer the Yeah, some would agree. Okay, next page. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. I strongly disagree. Okay, all authority should be yes. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Well, some would agree with us. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theatres or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. So I have to disagree with this. Even if something does not have an economic value for now, it may have economic value later on. I mean, when background radiation was first discovered, they don't call it radio waves, they just call it background radiation. But later on, when people try to find its application, then somehow they managed to use background radiation to transmit radio waves, so that's where we get radios, and that's the economic value. So I don't think that information such as theaters, museums, historical artifacts should not be allowed to survive because they can't somehow keep up with the commercial basis. Okay, next. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. Strongly disagree. Okay, all people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. I strongly disagree. People need to interact with each other. Okay, compete, just mix. Okay, good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Yeah, those little bastards got it coming. Okay, it's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Yeah, I agree with this. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. I strongly agree. The prime junction of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. The prime function. I prefer saying to make jobs rather than find jobs, but I can somewhat disagree with this statement. People with serious inheritable disability should not be allowed to reproduce. Oh, damn. Well, I kind of have to disagree with this one. No, they can reproduce, but they knowingly know that their offsprings will carry those disabilities. Yeah. Okay. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. No. The most important thing for children to learn is things like critical thinking, I guess, empathy, all that gay shit. Okay, there are no savage and civilized peoples, there are only different cultures. There are only different cultures. Well, I have to disagree with this one because some culture promotes cannibalism, and that to me is like savagery. So I strongly disagree with this one. Next, those who are able, but I do agree that cultures are different, but there are savage cultures and there are civilized cultures. Okay, those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. I agree. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. I strongly disagree. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. Well, if the first generation immigrants have working experience at the target country, then I guess they can integrate. So I disagree, it's possible. Okay, and especially if the new country shares the same culture group with the immigrants. So yeah, I disagree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. Strongly disagree. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Okay, why do some broadcasting institutions receive public funding? Okay, they receive public funding to ensure that information is not being manipulated by the shareholders. You know, people who give them money, who makes it possible for them to survive as a corporate entity. You know, that's what broadcasting institutions are. It's just to make sure that the information they give is not biased. But the thing is, public funding is given by the government, so there's always the option that broadcasting institutions is being influenced by the current government. Okay, there's always that. But I think that since broadcasting institution is quite important in the public sphere, I don't see why they shouldn't receive some form of public funding. Or should they? Oh, this is quite hard. Should receive public funding. Why should the public pay for it? Why should the public pay for broadcasting institution? Well, I have to agree with this. Yeah, agree. Next page. I mean, the internet is always there. Okay, how you see the wider society. Our civil liberties are being excessively cut in the name of counter-terrorism. I agree. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Well, yeah, this is the definition of a dictatorship. A dictatorship is where the entire bureaucracy becomes extremely efficient, because you don't have to wait for people, I guess. I mean, it is a significant advantage. So yeah, I don't agree with one-party states, but I agree with the statement. Okay, although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. No, strongly disagree. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. I disagree with the death penalty, no matter how serious the crime is. Okay, in a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Why can't everybody just get together, be equal and stuff? Disagree. But yeah, in our current society, I mean the status quo, I have to agree with this, but I'm not sure if current society is civilized. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Well, what is art? You know, no one knows. Strongly disagree. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Okay, no. It's important to ensure that all these criminals can go through rehabilitation so they can be integrated into society and contribute to the workforce and contribute to the economy. Okay, it is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. I disagree with this. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Strongly disagree. But wait, hold up. If I have to pick someone, okay, on my right there's an artist and on my left there's a business person and a manufacturer, so which one should I prioritize? Oh damn it, I have to pick agree. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. No, they decide what their first duty is, not me. Okay, multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Yeah, I agree. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Disagree. No. Just because you are at peace with the establishment doesn't mean that you are mature. It just means that you've stopped asking questions. Okay, next page. Okay, If you got through that, okay, you'll find these propositions on religion a breeze. Okay. Astrology accurately, okay, hell no. You cannot be moral without being religious. No, religion does not own morality. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping. Yes, strongly agree. Nobody is stopping you to like contribute and donate to stuff. Why do social security, I mean, okay, in case you don't know, some countries, they take a portion of your salary and put it inside social security. So this social security will be used to help people in need, versus charity is where you just donate money in your own terms, you know. So I don't see why the government has to take a portion of your salary to give it to poor people, where you could just do it on your own. Some people are naturally unlucky. Yeah, agree. Okay, it is important that my child's school instills religious values. Strongly disagree. Okay, a look at sex. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. No, it doesn't make you a bad person. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Yeah, strongly agree. Pornography, depicted content should be legal for the adult population. Strongly agree. What goes on in a private bedroom is no business of the state. Yes. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Strongly disagree. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Some countries are not open enough, while some countries are just too open. But I think a majority of the countries still is quite closed about sex. Oh, okay, we're done. Right, so you can read everything here. So this is like the inadequacies of traditional left-right line. Let's see, whatever. Okay, whatever. Where am I? Okay, so if you go up above here, you're a fascist. This one is an anarchist, communist, and also neoliberalism. Okay, so let's see where I stand. What? Really? Hey, wait, really? I am? Okay, so this is like my my position. I'm a social libertarian and authoritarian. Well, a little bit on the right side, just a little bit. So I'm a libertarian. Okay, I'm quite surprised actually. Okay, so I guess that's the video. Bye.